Hi, welcome to Basic Training.
Hi, I'm Talia, that's Jake.
This is a podcast for people that need help. Did you do anything for Pride? The guilt in your face?
To be fair,
Voted Republican, essentially. Essentially, you voted Republican.
basically.
Okay.
What did I do on Sunday? I think I saw a movie. No, that's not true. Okay. I'll tell you what. My friend Adam, shout out to Adam. I'm not going to say that. So Adam is one of my best friends. I love him very much. He invited me to a Pride event and I really was like looking forward is a heavy-handed term.
They're big crowded events. It's not like it's not like a short order.
It's hot and it's really crowded. And then I injured my foot. So I was like,
what happened to your foot?
I'm supposed to be wearing a boot. I wore a boot for a week and now I'm like, that's why I took off my shoe. No, I just have like a stress fracture. Oh wait,
you were like
what?
No, I didn't break it. I just have a fracture. You broke it.
Essentially, what it is it's like a microscopic, like they took an x-ray. It's like a very, very small break. I wore the boot for a week.
Yeah, because I forgot when we recorded last, you were limping.
Yeah, and limping over to Joe's steam rice roll. But what the fuck? Where am I going with this?
Why
the point is, I had my out for Pride, but I also wasn't mad about missing it. Pride, ally, so excited for you.
Remember how
but it's crowds and it's really hot.
Remember how I thought you were bi until last week? Remember when we just found this out that I thought you were bi the whole time?
Wait.
We talked about this.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. Not on air.
Oh, no, I don't remember it. I only remember when the cameras were on. You thought I was bi?
Because you said that everyone in your sorority in college was bi, and I thought you were including yourself in that.
I thought you were just getting like your the vibe of me. You found me to be bi.
No, you literally... No, but like when you said it, I was like, oh yeah, you totally seem like a girl who would be bi.
Thanks.
And
I took that as a huge compliment.
I said it in passing. I was like, and you're bi? And you were like, no, I'm not.
That's so awkward. So you signed on to do a podcast with somebody who you thought could also talk about same-sex relationships.
No, because I knew you dated...
feel kind of bad.
No. Because we talked about dating enough that I knew that you only had dated guys. But I thought you like hooked up with girls in college. I feel like that's
embarrassing for me for you to be able to say I knew that.
I don't know. It's fine.
Either way, I get really flattered when girls DM me and they're like, you don't know that you're bi, but I know you're bi, which kind of pisses me off. But then they say like, I can help you. And I'm like, that's kind of nice. You think I'm like
getting
sexy?
Flirted with is like regardless.
I just think that to offer yourself up to somebody who hasn't had the type of sex that you have, like for me to hook up with a virgin, I would never do that because what does that do for me?
Yeah.
But for a woman who has sex with women to say, I know you haven't ever done it, but I'd do it with you and like show you the ropes. That's a huge compliment to me because it's like you'd have bad sex to have sex with me.
Wow, that's such a narcissistic way to look at it.
Isn't it nice that also like, I don't know, I just feel like the common traits of like this girl has bi energy. Those girls are always cool. And that's not me.
Okay, well,
and I'm sorry I didn't go to Pride.
For straight people and you stayed
in. I am going to the Ron DeSantis rally.
It's a new man on the street.
Yeah.
No,
Enough man on the street at the rallies.
I think that Pride is overwhelming and you're allowed to not do anything if you don't want to. I think it's a very, very overwhelming thing, even if you're queer.
Thanks for saying that. I feel so much better and I am still an ally. How was your Pride?
It was good. It was overwhelming. I went to like, the thing is, it's gotten like, I have like a stress response to like, the commitment it requires because everything, like most things now, especially post-COVID, are like ticketed events that sell out in like early May, like maybe even April. So like,
what aspects of Pride did you have to get a ticket for?
I did not go to any ticketed event.
Okay.
But the like big main events that kind of like everyone is going to are ticketed. So like Horse Meat Disco, 718 Sessions, these parties that happen like every month or so in New York, they all have like a Pride party.
Right.
And you need tickets for them.
That's what I was supposed to go to with my friend.
718?
Somewhere Nowhere's Pride Party. Is that, am I thinking about the same thing? Or no?
Maybe. There's so many that I maybe haven't heard of that one. But my point is it's like, I don't know what I'm going to want to do on the day. Like that's
Right.
true for me for most things. Like
Same.
especially like a whole weekend. It's like I don't know if I'm gonna want to go like sit outside and drink beers. I don't know if I'm gonna want to go like dance to 6 a.m. on drugs. Like I don't know what I'm gonna want to do.
I don't know what I want to do in 2 hours.
Right. So signing up. So like what tends to happen is that like people buy all these tickets and then like over the course of like the week leading up to Pride, there's this like Pokemon card trading of like people posting being like, I need tickets to this. I have tickets to this. Like who's selling what? Like, and the shuffle of it really stresses me out. And so I kind of abstain, but then I end up feeling left out on the weekend because I don't have tickets to anything. It ultimately is fine because I went to very fun parties. On Friday, I went to like a very fun party that wasn't ticketed. Saturday, I went out, took mushrooms, didn't feel good, went home. then went out and like had a few drinks with my roommate. And then Sunday, I went to a very fun party that was not ticketed during the day. I went home for a nap at 9 p.m. I woke up at 7 a.m. the next morning.
Did you hook up with anybody?
Yeah.
Fun.
I think so.
I love that you had to think about it. That means you had a great time.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Not to make Pride about me, but
Not to make
I
Pride
just want
about
to say
me.
that you just beautifully described the whole the shuffle and then the stressed out and then the FOMO. I was thinking that's exactly how I feel like on my birthday. So I totally get it.
Oh, do you know what my key to a birthday is? Have we ever talked about this?
No.
My key to a birthday, dual party. Find someone with a birthday close to you and do a joint party. It is, I cannot recommend it enough because it makes, I've done it for the past 2 years. You get the party, but it's the pressure that comes off of you. Not everyone at the party is there for you, so you don't have to talk to everyone. There's a bunch of people there that you don't know, so like you get to like mix, but like, do you know what I mean?
Right.
And if it's with a close friend, there's this really nice Venn diagram where there's like friends for both, so like more people show up. It's like I think a beautiful move. I highly recommend the joint birthday party. I think it's one of the best moves.
Nobody has my birthday.
When's your birthday?
Christmas Eve. Like, and also here's the thing.
My life is the number of people in my life who, do you know that my 2 best friends, my mother and my grandmother, are born within 6 days of Christmas? Like everyone in my life is born in that week. It's crazy.
What's in the air 9 months before that week?
No, but I think it's like a me, like not to make it about me, but it's like it's like I attract. I think it's part of why I believe in astrology so much. Is like I connect with that bracket hard.
The Capricorns, the December Capricorns.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just my birthday.
Wait, I just realized something.
What?
Never mind. I didn't realize something. It's stupid.
Are you
it's
okay?
really stupid. I
thought something was wrong.
No, it was not. It was so stupid.
What was it?
I always fuck up when my best friend's birthday is because I think it's.
Oh,
like,
you think it's today?
No. I just thought for a second I thought he was a Sagittarius and not a Capricorn, and we had been wrong this whole time. But then I realized I was just thinking his birthday was the wrong day.
Got it.
But how lame is it that the fear in my face when I thought my best friend was a Sagittarius and not a Capricorn? Like I truly was like, it shook me to my core.
What would that mean though?
It wouldn't actually mean. I wouldn't like feel differently about him. It would just mean that like the way I've framed astrology is like incorrect because I've been, you know what I mean? Like,
right. Because, okay, I understand. That's why I don't really believe in astrology. And that's why you do, because everything, like your astrology is based on the people in your life. And like you find people that like fit.
My whole thing with astrology is that I don't care if it's real or not. I find it as like a useful tool for introspection and a fun thing to talk about. And
so how most people feel about religion.
Literally.
Okay.
Like
cool.
I don't think it's not that.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
I would never
is into it too.
I would never not, if I was like vibing with someone and dating someone and like feeling really good and then they were like a Venus sign I thought was bad, like I would never like break up with them because of that. Like it's not that.
Okay, well you're not insane.
No,
so that's
right.
really
But it's like I don't know, it is like a useful tool for introspection for me. I like it. It's like a thing.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah. Wait, can I ask a personal question? If you want it, we can cut it.
Yeah.
Did you do something to your lips?
No, but I did put on little plumper.
Your lips look incredible.
Really?
I literally thought you got filler. I literally
so
thought you got like
much.
this most subtle. Something I really pride myself on is when someone gets really subtle work and I can clock it and
I
be
can
like,
always tell.
hey, it's subtle, but it looks good. Like
Right,
I love
right.
doing that, and I thought I was gonna be able to. That's a good plumper. Does it hurt?
No, but I guess it does hurt to the untrained lip. I have been using this stuff since I was in like 6th grade, and I've been like, I jumped straight to like what the fuck is it? The lip infatuation or lip it's Too Faced. You know,
I've
that
never used a
stuff?
lip plumper.
Okay, yeah, right. Why am I asking? It's
Wait, have we talked about my lips? Like my thing with my lips? Sorry.
No, but okay, let me just say this. I've been using this stinging lip gloss. So don't come to me and ask if it's painful or for a recommendation, because I might
pain tolerance is high.
prescribe you something that is like will burn your lips off.
Sure.
I've accidentally kissed men in it without like realizing I'm wearing it, and they'll be like, "Oh my god!"
Have you
Like
ever
they'll
sucked a
freak
dick with
out.
it?
That's my plan if I ever hate a guy. I'm gonna suck his dick with this stuff on. But
That is technically assault. But
is it?
I think so.
No, it's not.
To willfully put something painful on their penis?
Can I say something really fucked up that I once did? I have a niece, an
Wait,
almost 2-year-old niece.
immediately. Wait, the trajectory of this. Wait.
I have a beautiful 1.5-year-old niece.
You're an only child.
Okay, there are many ways that you can be an aunt and not have it.
That
be...
was fucked up of me. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's not fucked up at all. God. Anyway, I have my cousin's child, who we refer to as my niece because I'm 20 years older than her and we're related. I accidentally kissed her cheek once wearing this stuff.
Oh.
And I had to immediately wipe it off, but it did look a little red for about an hour. She wasn't in pain, but everyone was like, "Why is her cheek a little red?" And I was like, "I don't know."
That's so
crazy.
funny.
But yeah, anyway.
That's
she's
not
beautiful.
fucked up. That's an accident.
It was an accident. I'm just saying it's fucked up.
No,
I might have
it's
caused the baby a minute of
pain.
Discomfort. But whatever.
Wait, my lip thing. I have very full lips. Like I have big
You're
lips.
gorgeous. I've been like horny for Jake today. Like, I swear I saw his pride photos. Go follow Jake's Instagram, because I was like, wow.
You have to look good in the pride photos.
Yeah, of course. You look like
Pride
really
doesn't
good.
count if you're ugly. No, I'm kidding.
That's why I wasn't there. I just think that you were like glowing, particularly today, and you just look so good.
I've been spending a lot of time in the sun, I will say.
Good
That's,
for you.
I think, a big part of it.
Get the moose.
So, question. I want advice for you, and then we should probably
Get to the
start
real
taking
advice.
the calls.
Okay, advice starts now, but this is me.
Okay. On the subway ride here,
Uh-huh.
I saw a hot guy,
Okay.
and we made eye contact. And then I was like, is it crazy to go over and be like, what's up?
Well, how... Oh, interesting.
And then I was like, what is the move? Like, to hit on someone on the train? Because it's like, I think the train is like it's like, because I'm like, it's not like a space, everyone's trapped there. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, the train could get stuck. You have to stay on it until you're stopped. So I'm like, in general, like, don't bother people on the train. But also, it's like, that's your only shot if you see this random person on the train in New York. It's like, you're not going to see them again.
Exactly. Here's what you should do. Sorry to give you the most cliche advice ever, but you give them a compliment on something and pretty emphatically, like you say, but you say it in a flirtatious way. Like you say, like, "Oh, I love your shoes. I love them. Where did you get them?" Blah, blah, blah. If he answers and then keeps up the conversation with you, then he wants to talk to you. If he just says, "Oh, they're Nordstrom Rack," and then stops, like turns away from you, then he doesn't want to talk to you.
But if you say to me,
and then you have to go to the next train car.
That's a way to keep the conversation going, and I have to tell you that.
Right. I know. I don't know what I was thinking with that.
No.
But
but
yeah,
I know what you mean.
I think it's that simple. Like, I think you just have to do the classic, like, one of those weird questions where it can turn into a conversation, but only if the other person wants you to.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I'm sad that you lost him forever, though. You didn't talk to him.
I'll see him again. And he'll I was wearing this outfit, so if he sees this video, the video of this episode, he'll know it was him, and he can DM me on any social media platform he chooses. Do you check the like message requests on Instagram? Like,
yes, but here's the thing, and I feel so guilty about this. This is where I'm like a bad influencer. I don't respond to anyone, period. Like, I don't
think that's bad.
People think it's bad. Like, people get really, you know what happens a lot of the time? I get messages all the time. If, say, for example, it's from a guy, right? And the guy says like, "Oh, I think you're funny and cute." I take that. I love a compliment. Of course, like, it's nice.
Yeah.
But if I like that, or if I respond thanks, they always take it as a green light to keep going. And I don't want to have a conversation and then feel bad later. So I can just say, "I didn't see it." And that's it. So,
or I did see it and I didn't respond.
Right. But like, I prefer to say,
know.
"I didn't see it. My DMs are a dumpster fire." Like, if I ever run into them in the street and they say they DM'd me, which by the way, I don't know why people say that. Like, they say, "Oh, I DM'd you." And it's like, okay. But I just say I didn't see it, right?
Right.
But I appreciate the compliment. I'll get DMs from the same guys who will be like, you know, "It's really shitty how you blah, blah, blah. You think you're the shit." Blah, blah, blah.
Ew,
like, they get
what?
resentful after I don't respond. This has happened with guys and girls, but that's just the best example I can think of, where I have a screenshot of like a series of messages that start off really nice and then get progressively mean, as if they're having a conversation with themselves. And I've never responded, and it's
really
because I don't
crazy.
respond. I just feel that responding to a stranger starts a conversation with said stranger. And then I feel even worse down the line when I have to cut it off and sort of in that way indirectly remind them that we are not friends. But that means that I never acknowledge their compliment, even though it meant a lot to me. But I just don't respond.
Yeah, I think that's what you kind of have to do. I kind of do the same thing, but as a man, I don't deal with that level of harassment.
Yeah. Well,
I do sometimes, but not. I don't. There's no way.
You are a gay. You don't get any gay harassment.
You are gay.
I said you are a gay. Actually,
I definitely get. I feel like that happens more on like Grindr and Scruff. Like I feel like it's actually less tied to my social
People
media. I don't think it's like
on Grindr.
Girl. What do you think it is?
Oh,
like
no. Are there homophobes on Grindr?
No, but like people.
That's what I was thinking.
Actually there are a lot of homophobes on Grindr because
I can imagine they sneak on. How can they test you?
No, a lot of gays are homophobic.
Okay, yes, that too. Did you see that guy who went viral for being on Grindr, but he was the one who destroyed the Target Pride section?
I love that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's really funny. And he said some graphic shit. But I know that. I'm talking about first, this is an interesting question. How did you obviously want people on Grindr who are gay?
Yeah.
How do they can't check? So can't you get people harassing you?
Yeah, I think that like I think that you could. I have not encountered that. I don't think I ever have. Like I think I've ever encountered anyone on Grindr or Scruff who's like not gay, who's there to just like harass people. Because I think the fear, if you're that homophobic, the fear of getting caught with that app on your phone is probably greater than your desire to harass people.
Oh, that was beautifully said.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. Okay,
But
I totally get it.
There's like, I mean, like it's like tales old as time, but there's like so many people on Grindr and stuff that are like, you know, like say like no femmes, mask only, like that sort of shit. And so like I think there's a lot of harassment in that, but there's a lot of like the harassment I'm talking about is more like people who kind of like what you're saying, where it's like they'll be like, hey, and you don't respond, and then they just keep messaging like, oh, you're so stuck up or like whatever, and it's like, no, like dude, like,
can I say something before we move on? And I think this will be the end of the conversation. Hot take. People who message you more than once and seem to be like having a conversation in your messages without ever taking the hint, those people are, I think that you should block those people. I think that it is like, it's a sign of mental instability to keep messaging somebody who has shown you nothing. I don't know if it's like watching a lot of,
because I feel the same way and therefore don't block, because I don't want to give them a reason to like further
that's another thing.
I'd rather let them peter out and like spin out in the messages.
Right. It's up to you, but just know, I think that it's because we watched a lot of movies growing up where it's like persistence was seen as like romantic, until like The Notebook, where he's like, he just begs her to go on a date with him and does all these crazy things. I've seen it once, but I'm like, I see clips of that on TikTok.
I was talking
and I'm like, that's
because
fucked up.
I watched for the first time the other day. This was a couple months ago. In Her Shoes. Have you ever seen that movie? It's like, it's good. It was actually good. It was like not at all the movie I expected it to be when I watched it, but there's like this scene where Toni Collette is having sex for the first time with like her love interest, and like her arc in the movie is that she's like, it's about two sisters and she's like the less attractive sister is like the narrative, and so they're like about to have sex and like on a couch, and she turns the light off and then he like turns it on. And then
guys,
this scene,
stop doing that.
This scene, I swear to God, it feels like it goes on for 2.5 hours of them turning the lights on and off, and it's supposed to be so romantic that he's like, I want to see her, and I'm like, turn the light off. Like, let her fuck in the dark. Let her fuck in the dark.
I'm so
This isn't gonna be the only time you fuck, hopefully.
Thank you. I just like, oh my God, guys who fight the whole lights thing, it's going to ruin the entire experience. I can't get into it. I'm sorry. They think it's romantic. It's disgusting. I don't want to. It's not about me and my insecurities. It's about you. And I don't want to see your naked butt. I don't. So
you don't like guys' butts?
Of course I do, but I just like, usually they're unwashed and gross. I don't want to see everything the first time.
And that's you done talking about straight sex for the day. All right, first question.
I caught my mom's boyfriend using my vape, and when I asked him what he was doing, he said, "Aren't we family?"
Well, you are.
Yeah, okay.
I like him.
Mom's boyfriend is not, that's tough if it's a new boyfriend. My mom's been with her boyfriend for like 20 years. So, and like, I call him my stepdad, but they're like not married. And one time.
I think this is probably somewhere in between.
Yeah. Sorry, this reminded me. One time, this is true. In high school, we found out that for a month we both thought the same toothbrush in the bathroom was ours. And it was devastating.
That's so sad.
I think I came in and saw him brushing his teeth and I was like, why are you using my toothbrush? And he's like, this is my toothbrush. And I was like, how long have you thought?
Do you like him at least?
Oh, I love him. He's like my step. Like, I don't want to share a toothbrush with literally anyone.
Right. I get it. Why did I say that? Like, as if it matters that you like him. No, I think this is really honestly cool of him. I think it's bonding. How long have
Wait,
they
for
been
real?
together? No, I'm actually serious. Like, okay, here's the thing. If it's a new boyfriend, obviously fucking weird. If your mom and this guy have been together for 3 years or whatever, you've bonded, you seem like you're also an adult, but like I don't know, have you developed a friendship with him at all? And he like hit your vape one day, and was like jokingly like, we're family. Like, I think it's kind of funny.
Like,
what do you expect?
There's also like a addiction component. Like if he's addicted to nicotine,
right?
And like there's a vape sitting there and he needs a fix. Like it's not like he's like sucking on his stepdaughter's vape for that reason. He just like needs a hit. You know what I mean? So there's like so many variables involved, but I would generally say, I guess the advice would be more for the stepdad, which is like, just be extra cautious around like stepkids about like, just maybe ask.
I think maybe for don't bring it up, but just don't keep your vape near him. Like, just make sure that situation doesn't happen again, because I think it was like his weird way of trying to be your friend.
I took a hit of a vape this weekend. Yeah. That was like one of those like not disposable, like one of the ones that like looks like a fucking walkie-talkie.
I've always wanted to use one of those.
That shit sent me to the moon.
What do you
I was like, like I literally like I was like, y'all are crazy for this. Like, why are people? It was like smoking. It was like a jet engine. Like, why?
Must try it. Send me the name. Can I say something also? Let me talk to the worst type of person real quick. If you have decided to stop buying vapes, but that just means you hit your friends' vapes and ask them to hit it all night while you're out.
Talk to me.
I want it to be. Well, do you do that?
Absolutely. Talia, how many times have I asked to hit your vape?
But it's not like if you didn't bring a vape and I have it, you're my friend. You can say like, oh, can I hit it? That's fine. I hate the people who are like, oh, I'm trying to quit. I stopped buying them.
I don't do that.
So I'm gonna hit yours. Fuck you. Literally buy your fucking own. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. Yesterday I saw this video. Oh my God.
It's like you're gonna get jealous if they get lung cancer first.
It's my sickness to have. And I hate people who refuse to admit that they have a nicotine addiction. Like, if you can't stop hitting your friends' vapes while you're out and you keep doing the thing like, sorry to be the worst type of person. I'm sorry to be annoying. Am I being annoying? I'm sorry. Tell me to stop whenever you want. First of all, fuck you just for saying any of those things.
Yes.
No, it's not. I don't feel that way about you. Whatever. But just say that you like vaping. Like, just either do it or don't, but just say that you like it. I hate people who are like, I don't have an addiction. I'm just going to stop buying them. I have never decided to stop. It's like people who do dry January.
The thing is, wait, put a pin in that because I want to talk about that. But I will hit the reason I don't buy vapes is because then I will vape like all day and feel insane. Like, I have no self-control.
Yeah, and you know
I would
what?
like to
it's a
quit
nice
nicotine
lifestyle, and I
altogether.
highly recommend it.
Okay,
for you, not for
what's wrong with dry
listening.
January? I feel like we've talked about this before, and
I think we have talked about this before. Here's my thing with dry January. I think that if you feel the need to stop, like if you have to consciously say, like, I'm going to do a month without drinking, and I'm going to feel that much better when I stop, you might have a problem. You know what I mean? Like, if you have to keep yourself to a regimen, and that's how I feel about people who are like, I'm going to stop buying nicotine. It's like, that's fine. Good for you. But you do have a nicotine addiction. And the fact that you're hitting mine and you're saying, Talia, you have a nicotine addiction. It's like, I choose to nurse my addiction. You've decided to cut it off, but still mooch off of other people.
Right. But dry January,
we both have an addiction.
I think that like dry January, it's like, I think that like everyone knows that drinking is bad for you. And that like everyone knows that like the normal level of drinking that like our society says is acceptable, especially in New York, is like significantly higher than what's like actually healthy.
True.
And I don't think anyone who's like there's a spectrum of like drinking and it's not good for you, and then like alcoholism that's ruining your life. And I think that like anyone who's like taking dry January off is doing that because they're like, yeah, in my day-to-day life I drink too much, so I'm like resetting.
keywords, I drink too much.
Yeah, I don't think
But they're never
denying
willing.
that.
Yeah, and I don't think that means you're an alcoholic. Like you need to go to AA. But I think that, I guess in participating, they're admitting it and not denying it. But it's always the dry January people who are like, I don't have a problem. I can stop for a month. And it's like, if you need to stop for a month and you feel that much better because you've been drinking that much, and if you stop for a month, you'll feel better, you might have a problem and you need to visit it. I think that people use it as an excuse to not visit their problem after January because they think, because I quit for a month, I don't have an issue. And it's like, to me, if you feel the need to even quit for a month, you might have an issue.
And like,
but they never address it again for the rest of the year. And then they prove to themselves that they can do dry January. So they're like, I'm not an alcoholic. And it's like, usually who I'm talking about is like wine moms, meaning the like cute type of alcoholics. And I said it, alcoholics. If you need like a bottle of wine to go to bed every day, you need to go to a program probably. That's fine. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I hear that. Like I do like I didn't do dry January, but I didn't drink for all of April, and it was because I felt like I was drinking too much in the beginning of the year.
Right.
And then like I do think it helped me kind of like restart and reframe.
Sure.
But I guess if you are doing it to like, if I can just get through January, then that means I can drink as much as I want February through December.
But that's most people who do it.
Do you think?
Yes, I really do.
Like
I think there are very responsible and healthy ways to do dry January, but I think that a lot of people use it as a way to prove to themselves that they're being responsible when they're not. And do I have the right to say what's responsible and what's not? No, I don't have the right to call you an alcoholic. I'm just saying.
So caller,
you know
tell your stepdad to not do dry January, to quit vaping and leave your vape alone. But if he needs to, ask.
That's the advice. That was
here
good.
We go.
Hi, I'm calling in because my parents hate my girlfriend. I obviously love her and I'm close with them. And so I'm wondering if you have any advice.
That's hard.
Why do they hate her?
Yeah, I need more details. The thing is, it's like,
Can I start on a little bit of a controversial note, and then maybe you'll challenge me, maybe you won't?
Yeah.
I think that if your parents hate your partner and they're outspoken about it, when they're let's be clear. If they're otherwise supportive parents, it doesn't seem like that sounded like a girl dating a girl. Am I wrong? Doesn't seem like they hate her because she's a girl. If that were the case, obviously, like, your parents are in the wrong, right? But I'm saying if your parents have supported you dating other people, dating other girls, that's not their problem, but they really adamantly don't like this specific person, there's a reason. And I think that it needs to be talked about more, how people will ignore everyone else in their life when they start saying, I don't like your partner. And it's like, if this many people who know you well and have no ulterior motive but to love you and support you and want you to be happy, if they all don't like your partner, it's the partner and it's not them. So I think that if your parents really don't like this person, like, your parents know you and love you more than anyone in the world. At least they should. So whatever it is, figure out why. And try and talk it out. Yeah,
it's like, if we're gonna come from this place, like, if your parents outside of this are like, because like the other thing is like, it's like, I always think it's weird when parents like hate someone their kid's age. I'm like, you're older than them.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Especially like, this person sounds fairly young. Like, obviously,
the worst
if, like,
are parents that
30s,
get involved with your fights. Have you ever had one of those?
No.
I've had like a parent text me and be like, you need to stop like being in a fight with my kid.
See, but you and I are different because I don't get in fights that much.
True. I don't get in fights that much either. But can you admit that's insane?
No, 100%.
Okay, cool.
100%.
Anyway, move on.
No, like, I think that like it's weird. So like my gut instinct is like the parents are in the wrong because I think it's weird to hate someone your kid's age.
Yeah.
And, like, you are older than them and have more wisdom to them, unless like they did something horrific, obviously. But I'm saying it's just like how they act or whatever. But also there is like a world where like if your partner is like a problem, and your parents, like you said, are supporting and loving otherwise, then maybe revisit that. The other thing I will say that happens is there's a specific kind of person who loves to say that people hate them and convince you that people hate them when actually you just feel insecure
I feel like
around
that's kind
them.
of me.
Really?
Loves to convince you that people...
They're like, that person hates me. They're always disrespectful with me. They hate me. And it's like, no, you feel insecure around them and you're projecting.
Oh, yeah, but I'm like that with like 2 people.
Everyone's
like
that.
Time.
Like, we've all done that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think that happens too. Like, do your parents actually hate this girlfriend? Or are you thinking about someone
exactly
that you hate?
who it is in mind.
Do I know them?
No, but I fucking hate her.
Is it someone online?
She's a loser. No, she's not an influencer. She's just a person from my school.
Okay.
Fuck you, bitch. You know exactly who you are. We weren't even close. Like, I never lived with her or anything.
We have another question. Oh my God, the timing of this is so perfect.
What is at the bottom of my socks?
Those look like dog paws. And it says,
why did you say it like that? Those look like what paws?
Dog.
Dog paws.
Oh, sometimes I say dog. It's just, I don't know. It's like the Rhode Island accent. Like sometimes I say it when I'm on the phone with like, and then like it's like not
You're
actually
so
my accent.
Cute. Who wouldn't be in love with you?
Wait, can I say this? I've been saying this on
Does
stage.
everyone just want to date you all the time?
Wait, that's really nice, and I don't think so. No.
Okay.
But a lot of people do. I'm gonna say this, and I might regret it. But let me just say this. I tweeted this the other day, and I said it on stage. I just want to say this. Hit on me in real life. I am done with flirting over text. Shoot your shot in real life.
Yeah.
I hate when you see someone in real life and then they text you after to be like, you look really good tonight. Tell me in
Who
person.
the fuck is still doing that?
People do that.
That reminds me of my 11th grade crush.
I can't.
Ethan.
I cannot text the words, oh yeah, one more time. I'll kill myself. I need to be hit on. Like, I've been hit on in real life a couple times recently. Like, and I've been like, the endorphin rush of like, even if you're not that into it, the pheromones of it, the moment of it, the rush of being on the spot. I understand that like it can be, and I guess this is probably recommendations for like women and queer men. Like if you're a straight man, flirt by carrier pigeon. Like you're doing like, I don't need you to be that any more aggressive. But like if you see me out and you're interested in me, come say something and take the hint if I'm not interested and walk away. Right. But like, I'd rather have that moment. Do you know what I mean? Flirting is so fun. There's like a couple people who I've never had sex with.
Right.
But every time I see them, we flirt like it is
fun.
An NBA game. Like
I need to practice that. I'm losing
and part
it.
of me is like, one day we'll have sex, and then part of me is like, part of me is like, maybe we never should, because the flirting is so good. Right. Like I can think about this one guy who we flirted for in a bar for like 30 minutes, just like the two of us, almost to the point of it being comical how hard we were going. And it's like, that's I fun. Can think about, and then we didn't even kiss. Like it just kind of like petered out. Ooh. And we like parted ways. I can get horny just thinking about that.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right. That's so much better.
So much better.
No, I'm totally with you. I get that you were doing the whole like straight men be gentler. I disagree. I think that's straight men and it's a problem. And I get it. You're scared of being uncomfortable, but let's be real. Like, I don't know why they think they talk about it as though we're like calling them rapists if they come say hi. There's a very distinct line between being creepy and 100%. Being friendly. There really is. And there are certain girls who like are so angry all the time that I always get really uncomfortable with girls I'm with are mean to people who hit on us, because I know when if a guy comes up to me and touches me, if a guy corners me, if a guy, like, there are signs. You will feel immediately uncomfortable when the guy is being gross, rapey.
Aggressive, predatory.
Gross, yes. But usually they're not.
Right.
In a bar, it's like, why are we here if we're going to get mad at everyone for coming up to us? You have to kind of evaluate, like, use your better judgment and think, is this person a predator? Or are they just trying to do what a bar is meant for? And even if they're ugly and I don't like them, if they just say, hi, like, you know, what's up? Can I buy you a drink? That is literally what you're supposed to do in a bar. And I'm so sick of girls being like, girls I'm with, friends of mine, who just be like, nope, get away. And it's like, I get that it's like an overcorrection of a terrible couple of hundreds of years. But like, you can't, I think that we should keep alive the custom of flirting in public.
Oh my God. I'm like, put it in, like, make a museum preserving it. Like, we need it.
So just don't be predatory. And if the guy isn't predatory, it's easy to tell. It's easy to tell when a guy just wants to talk to you. And then usually the problem comes when you reject them. Then they get angry. Then they get predatory.
Right.
But even still, it's like if the guy comes up to you and is interested in you and you make it clear, like, oh, but be friendly. Say, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I'm good. Usually, I'd say like 80% of the time, which is usually for straight men, they will just walk away.
Great.
Just let him walk away.
I completely agree. Okay, wait, we have one more question and just enough time for it. Perfect.
Oh my God, my crush just responded to me.
Wait, we have a lot to talk about during the break. Okay. Oh wait, the computer's...
I think we should save it for the next episode. I'll tell you about the crush. I've taken a lover.
Wait, are we going to talk about it on air?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I haven't. I'm saying this like it's not just that we're DMing on Instagram.
Okay, I'm very excited.
But
We have a call.
Okay.
Hey guys, love you, love the podcast. I want to start by saying thank you, Talia, for just defending the legitimacy of being queer on TikTok.
Oh, you're welcome.
And just telling people that it's not a choice to be queer and that it's something that you're born with. Appreciate that so much.
I've said that
I
too.
am queer and I'm not out to everyone, but I want to be. But I am single, so it just feels weird to tell people in my life that I'm not out to that I am queer when I'm not dating someone, because it almost makes it feel like there's not a reason to tell people. Like, it just feels weird to announce to people that, like, oh, I'm interested in, like, sleeping with women. Like, it just feels weird. So I guess I'm just wondering, like, for Jake specifically, like, how did you come out? Were you dating someone when you did? How did you tell people? Like, I want to be super open about it, but it does just also feel weird when you're single and queer to tell people in your life that you are queer when it doesn't feel like there's a reason to tell them. Thank you. Love you guys so much. And yeah, love you. Thanks.
Well, as the leader of the queer rights movement,
the queer rights
I just want to
movement.
thank you so much for coming and calling in and letting me know the difference that I made for you.
It's like, okay, well, first off, that's like a really nice question. I think
Yeah,
it's a good
beautiful question. I'm happy for you. Go answer it, girl.
Well, I guess to
That's for
answer,
you.
okay, wait. Okay, how I came out was I told my mom on the way to my driver's test in the car.
Whoa.
I told my dad when I got home because my parents were divorced. When I got, like, I got pulled out of school, told my mom on the way to the driver's test,
How did you decide that was the day?
This sounds crazy, but this is true. I woke up I hate that this is like how dramatic of a story, but this is literally what happened. I like woke up in the middle of the night, I think. I like vaguely remember this. I like woke up in the middle of the night and like, I think just had like the realization of like, I'm going to have to come out eventually and I'm never going to be happy until I do. I'm going to come out tomorrow. And then I fell back asleep and I can't explain it. But when I woke up, it literally felt like it was not a choice. It was
like the little pride fairy came to you at night
like
and
literally,
put it in your
it was
pillow.
literally like when I woke up that morning, it was like, I know it's happening today. It didn't feel like my choice anymore. It was like, I am doing this. And I think part of it was one of the biggest concerns I had about coming out was that I knew my parents were going to be, there was a lot, my parents were like very divorced my whole like childhood. And there was a lot of like stuff back and forth. And I was like, I have to tell them the same day.
Oh, interesting.
Because it's going to be like, oh, you told this person first, whatever.
Oh my God.
They were never in the same room. So it was like, I have to do that on a day where I'm seeing both of them.
That sucks. You had to consider that.
It's whatever. I was seeing them both that day because my mom was pulling me out of school halfway through the day to go take my driver's test and bring me back. And then I was going to my dad's after school. So I was like, this is a perfect day. I can tell my mom on the way to the driver's test and then tell my dad when I get home from school. And then that's what I did.
Perfect.
And then, but in terms of telling everyone else, this was a very different time where you could just put on your Facebook interested in men and literally like use Facebook to come out. Because it would also show up on everyone's timeline. Like Jake Cornell added interested in men to his profile.
Wait,
so I literally,
you would announce it? Like,
no, it wasn't an announcement. It was just like Facebook used to, like, back in the day, like Facebook would, your like timeline on Facebook would put everything.
No,
Like,
I was there.
It would
I
be
remember.
like Talia updated her height. Like it just would put anything that happened was put on like the notifications.
But
like,
would people
wall.
like comment on it and be like, good for you?
I don't think you could comment on things like that yet. I don't think that was a feature.
Facebook was the shit.
I remember, oh my God, old Facebook was the best. I remember I changed it and people DM'd me being like, congrats, like you came out. Like,
that's how you did it.
But I think to your point, your coming out is not any less valid because you're not dating someone. That is like deeply, deeply true. Like you don't have to be dating someone to come out. In fact, I would say come out before, because coming out within a relationship is like really complicated. That adds a lot of like pressure to a relationship. That adds like a lot of stakes to a relationship. Like it's a thing. Coming out is a very personal thing. It's not something that is like needs to be dependent on another person. Mm-hmm. And like even when you're single, even if you're not having sex with anyone, like you are still queer and that still like affects your day-to-day life. I don't think you need to make it like a huge deal, but like if you also want to, that's great. But just telling your friends like, hey, like the fact that here's like the truth, the fact that it like bothers you enough that you called a podcast to ask for advice about it is reason enough to do it because it will alleviate that bother. So just like tell your friends, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be, they're not going to like freak out. And if they do, like they suck, but like, just be like, hey, just want to get this out of the way. I'm gay. Like or I'm queer or whatever. Like, I want you to know. And therefore I'm telling you. And like, that's fine. Like, I don't think it needs to be, but I get it because I do think like something that sucks about coming out. I think coming out in general like sucks that you have to do it. But like I get what you're saying about the embarrassment because like especially when you come out to your parents, like if you're young, I don't know how old this caller is, but like I remember feeling like I don't want to tell my mom I've thought about sucking dick. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
That's like part of it is like you're acknowledging that you have
the
sexual
Republicans
desire.
are going to find that clip and put this on Fox News because the Pride people are sexualizing children.
No, I'm talking about my experience when I was 16.
That was a joke. That was a joke, by the way. That was absolutely a joke.
I'm talking about my experience when I was 16.
Exactly. No, I know. It's just
no, but like that's it's like when you come out, like you are like telling your parents that you've had sexual feeling, and that like when you're a teenager, like to me at least, was like very awkward. Right. So I get that sucks, but like everyone's gonna be fine. Everyone. Also, you've been being like sexualized in the straight way your entire life. You know what I mean? Right. Parents are like thinking about that all the time. Like, who are you gonna marry? Who are you like? So it's like, it's fine. Just tell them.
Amen.
Yeah, you feel good about that?
I feel great about that.
I think this is a great episode.
As the queen of gay people.
Yeah, the queen of gay people, the ultimate person, the ultimate pride representative,
the ultimate gay defender. I say, congrats to you.
Slay, mama.
And I'm glad you called in, genuinely. And I hope everything turns out great. And I can't wait for you to call back in and tell us how it went.
Please call back and tell us how it went. I do want to know. This has been Basic Training. I'm Jake. That's Talia. Please call us at, I need to look up the number again. I need to memorize the number so bad. Please call us with your questions, your advice, your stories that we can give advice on at 929-269-4960. Woohoo! You'll hear us. You can hear yourself on the pod. Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.